it seems straightforward.
Straightforward.
Okay, so the lesson master from last week that was assigned on Friday. This was pretty straightforward. So if you look at this number here, 299,159,018, what digit is in the hundred millions? Two?
Yeah.
What's in the thousands?
9.
That 9, right?
Yeah.
And in the tens
1.
is a 1. Can you write these 45,109?
Yep.
What would it look like?
45, comma thing, 109.
Is this full of comma in math?
I don't know, like what that thing divides the
comma.
thousands.
I know it's a comma, but like what would it?
Yeah, what is it
another
called?
math?
I don't know. It was that thing that divides the hundreds between the thousands and the thousands between the,
Would you still call it a comma, or would you call it something else in math?
The hundreds
like, what's that comma
The
thing
little
that
dash
divides the
comma.
hundreds between the thousands?
here?
No, like on the number written.
After the 5. Yeah.
Between the
Before
5 and the
What's
1.
Yeah.
that comma thing called?
Yeah, what's it called?
I don't know, I think it's a comma.
Oh.
But that's like what you use in English, would you still use it in math?
I think it's a comma. I can't say that I know it to be named anything differently.
Oh.
I feel like it's probably some weird.
I do know that in some
Rural.
instances, they will write numbers differently than with a comma, though. They'll just leave space between the digits.
Yeah.
So 43,486,574. Sometimes numbers will be written that way, particularly when they have billions and trillions and they're doing it in print.
Oh.
Because I think it might be easier to see the separation and be able to count how many sets of 3 that there are, and then get a real quick mental image of what the high-end numbers are representing. So with billions and trillions, I've seen that, like in newspaper articles or magazines or reports. 49,152. 49,152. Okay. Here, 84 billion. So how many place values will there be after the billion?
9. Wait, 4, 3, 2.
So if I have 84 billion, how many sets of,
Oh.
so,
Oh, 3. I thought you meant like in the building.
so there's gonna be 9, 3 sets of 3. That you have to fill in. So 999 million is gonna go right here. 999, is that right?
Mhm.
Yep.
And then 425,000, and then 906.
So it says write them as a decimal,
Yes,
so could we just put a point 0? Yeah.
a decimal number does not need a decimal point unless there are tenths or hundredths or beyond.
Okay, yeah.
Just because it's a decimal number, it doesn't imply a point. It just implies that we use the decimal system, which is base 10, which is using the digits 0 through 9.
So we just write the number out, and then if there was a decimal, we put the decimal, but if there was none, we don't.
Yeah, so if it was this number and 5/10,
Yeah,
yeah, then you have to do this.
okay.
But there isn't, so we're not gonna worry about, we don't need, I mean, if I ask you to write the number 106, you've written 106, right?
Yeah,
You've never gone and done that, have you?
no.
No, not, now, there's a time and a place, and we'll teach that eventually, for when you might say that that is the value, 106.0. And what that has to do with is measurement. So if we're measuring, like, to the nearest tenth of an inch, and we measure something that is 106 and no tenths, to express or to reinforce the idea that we did actually look to see if there was a tenth present, then we would put the 0 there. And that's something that happens more in science, but we also teach it in math. But if you're just saying a number and it doesn't have units that involve that tenth, then we just leave it at 106.
Okay.
So 14 points. Scoring, location, measurement, identification, which is it?
Scoring.
Scoring. Were any of those uncertain? No? Let's jump down. If you took October 28th, if the count is 28, what would be an appropriate unit? Days? Sure. If you use 256, what would be the unit? 256, I'm sorry.
Tambourine.
What would it be? Tambourine. Okay. So we good with this? Any questions at all? Should we move on? I'm sorry. This is it. Okay. So here you go. You have something like sea level.
Oh, 0.
0?
Oh, I
Okay. So you finish it up. Where does everything fit?
Do we like write it down?
No, just go up there and do them. Just as long as you're not packed in close up there, you're okay. Phoenix, would you pick up your sweatshirt though, please?
I thought we weren't allowed to go in front of the camera.
Oh, that's right, we're doing this, oh shoot. Okay, well, guess what? Then, what can I do? Blue tape. Thank you, Selby.
This was my.
We do it like the spy movies where we take a photo of the room and just.
I
Keep
did-
it up there, that would
Ooh,
be sweet.
talent.
There you go.
Big brain.
All right, so now we're all golden, just big old blue
Okay,
box.
wait.
How about everybody moves like 2 and then we just go one at a time?
Yeah, you're welcome to move with me. How you doing?
That's.
All up? Ready to go?
Who's gonna put all of this?
Okay, sounds good. Don't forget your mask, we're back.
All right, Riley.
Don't forget your nose under your mask. Unless you can plug your nose.
Oh,
Come on, hurry.
no, Selby.
All right.
No.
Say.
Oops. You okay though? All right.
Okay.
And then, because you're all putting your fingers up there, make sure you don't rub your eyes, pick your nose, or suck on your fingers.
Yes, I'm gonna stick my
Wait a
fingers in
minute.
my mouth.
Well, you don't have to
Yeah,
use that
that's
every
it.
single
Alright.
time.
Other way
No,
around.
Just
no,
don't-
negative.
Other way around.
Wait a minute, what are you guys talking about?
If you do this,
Behind
you'd be
test.
amazed at what that is.
Well, that's what I was
Amazing what
doing.
that does.
I'll be next.
So do it or don't do it.
Do it.
Right?
Raise your hand.
Other way.
The virus is
Other way?
extremely
Yeah,
fragile.
I'll try
No,
to say.
negative.
Switch.
Oh, shoot,
Switch
that's,
it.
I thought this was the negative, and I mean, oops, got it backwards.
Good job.
I thought that was the negative, and that was the positive.
Wait, but is the
Wait,
deposit-
wrong.
it
You
That's
gotta
wrong.
be kidding me.
I
I'm
thought
like, got it wrong.
deposit
Did
numbers
somebody
were
deposit
over
into
here.
your bank account or did you deposit into somebody else's?
That's withdraw. No, it's a withdraw, so your bank account loses.
No, with,
Well, if you're depositing.
Yeah, that's positive numbers if you withdraw.
well, if, wait,
Or someone else is
everybody,
gaining money.
Then you're
you're not gaining money or losing money.
It depends on if somebody is.
I mean, unless you spend that money that you withdraw.
Whatever. Who cares?
Okay, so deposit would be, withdrawal would be in positive.
Deposit.
Yeah.
Deposit means you're giving it away.
Withdraw would be negative. Or if you
Yeah,
put it in your
withdraw,
own
withdraw.
bank.
Yeah, withdraw's negative.
Yeah,
Then
space it. It's
Positive.
annoying.
and
Phoenix,
positive.
it's not space.
It's not space.
Yeah, I guess if you put it in your own bank account. But like,
It's annoying.
Now we're just yelling over bank accounts at this
well,
point.
that's when
Oh,
you
wow.
deposit. Well, if you deposited
Oh, you want-
29.
Go around.
Here, you
Hey,
do
Rylan,
one.
you see the gray on the left there?
Yeah.
The middle dot, the dot that's kind of low, push it all the way to the left. As far as you can go. Keep going, go.
Ooh.
Oh, you had something hidden.
The secret.
Rylan, you
Okay,
do
so
one.
now,
There's
now
two
deal
left.
with them in rows as
Got it.
well.
Okay.
Oh, wait, okay.
Oh,
Okay,
come
yeah,
on.
I got this.
Oh, everybody's gonna head up now.
Yesterday
Cool,
is,
are you gonna write
I'll go
down
next.
Now, this is
we'll see if
just.
they say it.
No, that's-
Wait, no, Selby, no, it
Wait,
has
no,
to
like,
be under
as
the
in,
thing.
like, negative numbers, and then you put it down
Yeah,
in
you
the
got,
negatives.
you got like.
What are we doing?
So like it says business temperature elevation, and so you, in the
Just move
negatives,
it
you
down.
start with something that's like a a withdrawal at top, and then you work your way down into the different categories.
Oh, I'm going
Sure.
next. I think you can dethrone me.
Temperature's still down here.
Oh, no, 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 no,
No,
no,
Two.
no, 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 no.
Temperature!
Come
We
on.
could nail this
Okay,
with
my
22
turn.
people.
Oh my god. I mean,
Um,
we're not gonna be so really nailing it better.
Lots of
Guys, just take them all down. Just take them all down and then
Yeah, just
redo
some-
it.
yeah, just-
Hang out
Okay,
together.
we, I thought nailed it when I started.
Okay.
Where would time go?
You mean like,
Okay,
pull hard in this
Phoenix,
corner,
go.
pull hard in that
Oh,
corner.
now
Yeah,
you
like
go.
those little pods of kids.
Mr. Jenkins?
Since those guys hang around together all the time, running each other's homes. Put those three together.
Find the temperature like
Yeah.
about the same.
Basically the same.
Not really, but kind of.
Time and temperature.
They're both
Is that what it
used in
smells like?
measurements.
Smells like now?
Wait, isn't bank?
All
I think
these
it's
things are
ethanol,
units of
actually.
maybe not
I think it's
volume, but
ethyl
actually.
alcohol.
Broke
It's the
even
alcohol
is
that's
it?
in liquor.
Broke, I'm broke.
Wait, how is
Yep.
this organized?
I don't know, it's gonna show you.
Yeah, right.
It's a bit.
chocolate. That's a good thing.
What do you think? That's negative numbers.
I don't know, right now I'm
I
kind
think
of.
most people would just call that rotted alcohol.
Where are my thoughts? Past.
1 out of 20.
Where would you
Now.
call it?
The future.
Whether you have a kid in a room of 20 or a room of 10, you have the same exposure from that.
Someone else.
What is the probability we're gonna have more than one kid at a time?
You know, what happens if the tape falls?
I mean, you just.
I'll take it a little.
No, right now it's low.
Sure.
Maybe they just see through it.
So I think right now,
Yeah, what happens if the tape's.
but now I might change my, if I think about it more.
Save the turtles.
Yeah, and I don't see them.
Business, where's the business?
But, you know, our
It's
probability is the same.
Oh, I think the growth even
Profit.
is.
That just stays right where it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
And if it's really,
Oh,
really
it's big.
low,
Growth very big.
it's not
The
a
bank.
big thing.
No
Bank,
transactions.
I don't know what the
We'll
bank.
see.
Money.
Dollars.
Wait, where does now go?
Yeah, where are you gonna put now? Is that business temperature elevation or bank?
It just goes by
Time.
itself.
Well,
Time.
there's 7 seconds, and so you need to have that as a category too.
Okay, so if you did this and you brought that down to time,
60 seconds from now.
The
So- but then you gotta
future.
bring the
this
7
would
down.
come down here, where's the 60?
It's right in the time zone.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
You guys are pretty good.
Very
You
nice.
did that all without me having to
Brown.
explain anything.
Yes.
That's all good.
What
Does
is
we
the
have a
ahead
brain?
point?
Here, let's uncover. Ta-da, just like that, this is what we have. And then let's see if we can
I saw a
zoom.
nice blue screen.
It-
But,
the-
this
they
doesn't
can
come
just use
out
their
real
imagination.
clear.
Is your pencil not sharp?
Some of it's there.
That's, yeah.
Is that
So
the only
if you're
pencil?
behind 10 points, is that
That
business?
is sad.
No, that's,
No.
That's,
I don't know what
That's
that
like-
is.
It's not the only pencil I have. I have like a full
no,
three packs.
Yeah, 10 points could be.
Oh, look at that, there's
Oh.
football.
I didn't even see
I don't like
that.
what.
Come on.
We do
Ooh.
basketball instead.
Yeah, can we
So,
just do sports?
maybe that goes with football,
Yeah.
Oh,
the points thing.
but no, it's.
We're behind 10.
Well, what about ahead 3 point?
Yeah.
What?
And where is it at 3 points?
It's in there.
Okay, so that's gonna go with football.
I bet if you scroll down more, there's probably time.
Actually, I don't have it, yeah, I don't have anything beyond that. But I think you get the idea, yes? So these are all positive and negatives and zero. They all come from integers, yes? Although this here, is that an integer? 694.55,
694.
0.55, is that an integer? Do you remember what integers
No.
are?
Are
Okay.
they like those things?
Yeah, these, are you pointing up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are integers. The integers are whole numbers and their opposites. So the whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Their opposites are the negatives. But there's not a negative 0 because 0 is just 0. 0 is neither positive or negative. That's why we put it here. It's neither of these. So just know the difference. Integers are wholes and their opposites. That's okay.
Oh, wait, wait, is it opposite? It's a whole opposite from a negative number, or is it just a whole number? Cause you said it's a, opposite.
So let me write it, okay? And we'll see if I said that. Integer are whole numbers and their opposites. So wholes are 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, 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 going forever, and their opposites. So we could have a negative of each of these. But Phoenix 0 doesn't have a negative because it isn't negative or positive. So what we could do for integers is we could just say that they're like this, 0, 1, 2, 3, dot, dot, dot. And then we could count backwards. So you
Like
have
when
negative 1,
negative 2, okay.
like that. So the dot, dot, dot just continues that pattern. So then we've got the positive integers, we've got the negative integers,
Okay.
positive numbers and negative numbers. And then there's inequality symbols. So I'm gonna keep working down here. So if we say, we have inequality symbols, what do those look like? We know equality, right? What symbol do we use for equality?
Bald eagle.
Equal, yeah.
Is that the one, is the inequality the one with this and then the line through it?
Well, this is equals. This is not equal to, can't write. So that, it can make it a little bit nicer there. So that is not equal to, but that's not an inequality per se. Inequalities are gonna be this and this.
Oh.
So how do we read this one?
Later.
Alligator.
Yeah, when it's like that. So for example, if I use the numbers, -2 and -8, how could I use this symbol to describe -2 and -8?
Negative 2 is lesser than negative 8.
Could I do this? Is this true?
Yeah.
Yes. That's positive eight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
-2 and -8. So before you go and write everything, is this correct?
False.
Yeah.
No,
False.
false.
What's wrong?
The arrow's pointing the wrong way.
And so we want to use the other inequality, right? So we could write it like this, -8 is less than -2. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, just look at the number line.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay,
So which one's the greater than one? The one
so
that-
this is greater than. So
Okay.
this, if we read this, we would write, or read it, -8 is less than negative, I'll abbreviate, 2. So this is less than, this is greater. If we read left to right,
Okay.
and that's how we generally read. So I want to erase so I can write up here, okay? Excuse me, so we're going to take the same 2 digits and let's use the other symbol. So if we're going to use this symbol here, the greater than symbol, how do we arrange those 2 digits?
Equal over here and two.
-8 goes over here, -2 goes over here. So we just change the direction of the inequality and switch them, yeah? Okay. It's not hard, is it? We've done it quite a bit. A little bit of review. Okay, let's go over here, see if that board works.
Probably a glare from the window.
I was looking, it's not too bad. We have this beautiful weather. We don't have too much glare. We have glare when there's sun, we have glare when there's snow. We don't have either. Although I saw snow on top of the mountains across the inlet last night. And so like up above Rainbow Glacier, there was snow last night, or yesterday afternoon. August 31st. Thought we were getting away from that when we moved here. Let the snows in July, all the time. Okay, double inequalities. That's a single inequality because we use one symbol. Or the double inequality. Double inequalities are going to use the symbol twice. But we have to set it up with the symbols pointing in the same direction. You can never write a double inequality using greater than and less than. You have to use less than twice, or you have to use greater than twice. So let's take our numbers, -8, -2, 14. So if you take those three numbers, how could you arrange them so that you had, for example, this? Put a number here, a second number here, put the third number there. How can you take those three numbers and put them into place so that this is a true statement using less than twice?
Put -8, then -2, 14.
So if you just look at the numbers, how could you describe what you did with the numbers to get them put into the correct place? Ordered them from least to greatest. So last year we did some of that. You were given a whole bunch of numbers and you had to put them in order and put them on a number line. So yeah, we could look at this here on a number line. There's -8, -2, somewhere out here is 14. That's where 0 would be. If we had those three numbers and they were in order from least to greatest, we used the less than symbol. But on the other hand, we could also use the greater than symbol twice. Then what do we do? Flip it, yeah. Put the 14 here, and the -8 out here, and the -2 here. The -2 is still in between, but now we're ordering them from greatest to least. Usually, we use the less than symbol. If they don't ask you, and they're giving you the option to do it either way, choose this, because we use this later this year, and we will use this in algebra. The less than is, it's a little bit easier to read when we start getting into variables and things. Okay? That's all I have.
Wait, okay.
Not a $10,000 question. No, of course not. Did you end up with more? I can make a couple copies of this.
I can
What I
make
do now. I'll just run it for you.
I guess you guys don't have any homework.
Hey. I'm not.
This is
okay.
our homework?
Yeah, we have time to do it right now, so you get it done before I have to.
Wait, least to greatest is
like -8, -2.
Okay. Wait, that's like how we did it up there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if we're done, do we just put it?
Cut it, glue it, stuff it. Can you find that, put out some boxes for some of you guys?
Yeah.
If you'd like to put your name on that. And then we can start putting those over here. I have some Sharpies. If you want to keep glue in your box, so you don't have to mess around with cleaning them or anything like that, you're welcome to do so. There's a bunch of glue up here. Scissors, I don't have enough to go around, I'm sorry. But we have lots of glue. So good. Cut it, fit it, I'm sorry?
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, go get scissors, you guys. Now you guys can move around the room. Just don't congregate.
Wait, so we glue this
Into your homework?
It's not gonna fit in the mouth.
Thank you.
It's too big.
So that's why we use scissors. Cut them down.
I think you can just fold it in half.
You can, but if we keep doing that with all of our lesson masters, you're gonna end up having this. It'll look like an accordion. You can also, here, I'm sorry, the scissors are over next to that orange shelf cup. Not like roller derby, you guys. They do
have a box.
You can name your box.
Gerald.
There you go. Name it whatever you want. Just don't forget what you called it.
Derek.
Your name will go a long ways on it.
Also, quick question, why do we have water?
I have a small box.
That's really good.
My box is smiley face.
Mr. Dayton, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's.
So this doesn't kind of relate to math, it kind of relates.
Everything relates to that. Just fire away. I'll find a relationship. What's your question?
Have you ever taken this online quiz, where it gives you 5 minutes to, so they give out you random states of the US, then you gotta click on which, like where's the state.
Yeah,
Like,
so
so the name pops up, and then you gotta click on it. If it marks red, you got it wrong, if it marks green, you got it right. You get a score out of 50, and then it gives you.
It's like stack state.
Upper
So what about it?
I got 46.
Okay, so, any question?
Wait, isn't Puerto Rico also
You
on
try.
there?
I don't know, I could.
Can you do it on that map,
I know my
Phoenix?
state. That doesn't have the states. The other side of it's got.
I
all
mean,
the
you
states.
just point to where the states are.
That's a general
Yeah,
area.
well, you tell me, I'll tell you what the state is. Yeah, my parents drilled this into me when I was just a little kid.
Phoenix.
I can tell you where Oregon is.
Tennessee.
Everybody.
Tennessee? Okay, pretty good.
Yeah. If you're in doubt,
West Virginia.
Oregon.
What, it's not here, Oregon?
Oregon, I know where it is.
Colorado.
California.
California's
That's
Yeah.
probably the easiest one.
Texas, yeah.
Down there, that's Louisiana.
Arizona, Florida.
Rhode Island.
You're just paying.
Rhode Island.
Rhode
Georgia,
Island.
Mississippi.
Rhode Island's a little tougher.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is
Rhode
right
Island
down there, right by
is
me.
right in.
Delaware.
Virginia.
Delaware is up
This
there.
is Delaware, this is Rhode Island.
I have no idea where Virginia is.
I know where Pennsylvania
North
is,
is
next to
here,
Delaware.
West Virginia's there.
North
We don't, that's not,
Finger
that's not
looking.
West Virginia, this is West Virginia.
So there's this.
Dixieland.
North Carolina.
Arkansas.
Is it right here? Arkansas?
What? No, it's Arkansas.
Include this area here?
No, there's Arkansas and there's Arkansas.
Arkansas,
New Mexico.
Whatever.
Mexico's down.
All people that
It's easier when
live
you
in
grow up down in the
Arkansas.
states, than where the states are.
I mean,
Because
we
they
live.
emphasize it so much.
Dude, if you're ever in doubt and you need help, Phoenix, if you ever need mental help.
Wait, so how does my question relate
I
to
know
math?
what they're talking to.
Well, you got a score out of 50,
Uh,
so you can turn it into a percent real quick.
Just times it by 2.
Exactly.
Numbers in practically everything.
How many did you get right?
Oh, I
So-
haven't tried it yet. I just heard about
We'll
it.
take back
We
the
did it in, like,
scissors.
We did it in
You
5th
can
grade.
throw your glue in your box if you want. Do you have a
Oh my
box?
God.
Oh, I forgot.
I got 46.
Was your stuff in
I
the box?
wasn't. I didn't know
When
where
you
Puerto
came in?
Rico was.
Where was your stuff? Oh.
I,
We
Bring your
mapped
stuff
it
back
last
in that
time.
box for you.
Sure.
Puerto Rico was on there. It's like, what state?
Listen.
What state is Puerto Rico?
This is an awesome box because it's like the
It's a
size of
territory,
your
yeah, I know.
book.
Yes.
I think it's
I know some
either this one or
states.
the.
Phoenix?
I know where some states
We
are.
need more than 5.
Actually, wait, I know where a lot of states are. 'Cause, like, some things, I just don't know the
So then your boxes can all go over here. Well, you know what, you can leave them over there if you want.
I like this area.
I don't know.
So it's your call.
But I know those are like.
Scissors back in the bin, the blue bin, please.
I gotta make sure my face gets
Where should I
everything
put
around.
the glue stick?
Pinch them down.
just throw your glue stick in your box and you got one that you can just call yours, you don't have to clean it up or anything.
Got it.
My box.
If you ever need
Where'd
mental
your
health,
book go?
ask my boss.
Somewhere in the back.
Okay, that's fine, there you go.
Wait, well, I need to name my box.
Phoenix, just look over at the,
Put your name
Does
on
it
it.
have my name on it?
Yeah.
Phoenix, just look over at the boxes.
Rylan, I gotta slap blue tape on there and then you'll know when you come back.
Sweet, Jack.
So you can do it now. Okay. There you go. If you would bring your graphing calculator back and put it in that box, sometime, that would be wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is it nutrition break?
Yeah, it's a 10-minute break. Bye.
It's a 10-minute break of nutrition.
See you later, see, what, Friday? Feels like Friday.
Friday,
I suppose I should probably turn off the live